Welcome everyone at our Borderless.js AI Edition conference. My name is Pavel. I'm a real person. I'm not AI generated avatar, and I'm super excited to be the host of this event. So, this week, every day, we will start our journey to AI with amazing talks by JavaScript developers who will share their experience, best practices, their pitfalls, all things about AI. But before we start, do not forget that you are absolutely feel free to drop your comments if you have some questions, concerns, or anything like that where you are watching this conference. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, please click link, like, and subscribe, of course. And today we have our first day, right? Today we'll hear more about MCP service with uh, Cursor, and of course, a little bit more about evolving AI. So, our first talk, as I said, will be presented by Ivan. So, Ivan, are you with us?
Yeah, hi Pavel. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, Ivan, before we start, do you mind to tell me how many MCP servers do you think we need to have really bulletproof development toolset? Is it 10, 100, 1000?
Yep,
How
it's
many?
it's interesting question. It's interesting question. We can say maybe as much as possible, but sometimes it can be mess.
Hmm.
And I think it's like in real life. And if we talk about how much developers we need,
Hmm.
yep, it depends on our requirements, depends on
Hmm.
our solution. Yeah,
Hmm.
because if we, I don't know, have a team 100 developers, do we have success? Maybe yes, maybe not.
Yeah.
The same with MCPs. Yeah.
True, true. Okay, so do you mind then to tell us a bit more about the best MCP service that JavaScript developers can use today with Cursor?
Yep, of course. We try to
Sure.
explain and demonstrate how we can use it and how it can help us.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to turn off myself, and now the stage is yours. So, Ivan, please proceed.
Mhm. Okay. So, hi everyone. Again, I'm glad to start our conference today. I am one engineering manager from Turkey. Thank you for joining me today. In the next 25-30 minutes, we'll explore how Cursor AI work together with MCPs, Model Context Protocol services. Yep, let's dive into the future, which has already become with AI-powered development. So, and first, let's correct our slide. First of all, subject of my topic will be a bit different. It's not unlocking productivity with micro client patterns. Of course, we talk about model context protocol services. I don't know how it turned out, but let it be marketing trick. And I hope at least you are interested in us. So let's start with Cursor AI. It's an AI native code editor that reminded how we write software. It's built on top of uh, VS Code. It enhances the traditional development workflow, and it's quite similar. And you shouldn't learn new tool. It works the same way, yeah, but with AI. And you get real-time inline suggestions and multi-agent chat interface, and the ability to inject context directly into your coding environment. It's like pairing with AI developer who never sleep. And of course, let's talk about MCP. What is it? And so what exactly is MCP, or Model Context Protocol? It's open standard designed to bridge the gap between large language models and real-world applications. MCP allows tools like Cursor AI to securely and intelligently connect to your existing data and workflows and some other tools. You can think about MCP as USB-C for AI. Just like USB-C replaced a dozen different cables with one unified connector. MCP creates a single standardized way for AI to plug in into your code base, documentation, design system, and other tools like GitHub, Google Drive, Postgres, and some other custom APIs. And one more thing, the protocol support two-way communication, which means that AI cannot only retrieve information, but also act on it, update it. You can either explore data via MCP services or build MCP clients that consumes and uses the data contextually. And Cursor and many other tools already leverage MCP to superchange developer workflows. And the ecosystem matures, and we move away from one-off integrations toward a sustainability architecture, where context persists across tools and tasks, and your AI assistant become truly useful and not just reactive. And now let's see why MCP is such a big deal. So if you see points when we don't use MCP, yeah, we should repeat prompts, we should repeat context, and sometimes it generates something unrealistic, and it's work on based on outdated information, etc., etc. And it's the main problem. It's lack of collaboration between tools. Sometimes your request can run a couple of tools, but all of them do it separately. And with MCPs, it's like in a good organized team. Yep, it's multi-agent collaboration. One agent can ask another one and work together, and it's structured memory. And yep, it's give you more opportunities. And today we will see it on examples. And just how MCP works. It's just quite simple scheme. It's not about some. It's like high-level architecture. Yeah, for example, we have host with MCP, like I don't know, it's Cursor AI, Cloud Desktop, etc. Yep, and we have MCP server. It can be Figma MCP server, it can be Brave MCP server, etc. And by MCP protocol, our client can communicate with MCP, and MCP server can communicate with some local data storage, with some service across the internet, and etc., etc. And then language model process that rich context and give you intelligent task-aware suggestions. And the architecture is simple, but incredibly, but I can say that it's incredibly powerful. Another example, it's also Cursor, Windsurf, or some other desktop application. You can think about it like about unified API. You should know API each tools like Slack, GitHub, Figma, etc. You just need to know how to connect to them, and then Model Context Protocol help us to communicate with their unique APIs. Okay, so let's have short overview of some popular MCPs. First, it's browser tool. It gives our code editor ability to interact with and scrape live websites. It's perfect for research, data collection. Also, it's help us to take context, something like console error just from browser without copy paste, without any manual actions. The second one, it's Context 7, and today we'll talk about it more. It's really a great MCP, which provide us context from multiple tools, from different libraries. And it's always up-to-date libraries. It's really cool because sometimes when you ask Cursor, GitHub Copilot, etc., to generate some component, to fix some issue, it uses outdated documentation. It's try to generate some method which not in real, yep, etc., etc. Figma MCP, another great MCP service which can help us work with Figma, with designs. It can help us to get more information about element sizes, download. assets like images, fonts, icons, etc., and also generate our code based on design. And today we will have such examples. Brave search, it's so related searching, and it's help us to organize web and local search just using Brave's search API, but we use it like human language. And Superbase, another great MCP example, which can help us to work with our database without any knowledge about tables, schemas, etc. You can just write a real-time query in human way language and have great result. Okay, so let's see. And more examples I think we can see in MCP directory. Currently, we are looking for cursor directory. Yep, and let's see how it looks. It's a lot of MCP service. Yep, and you can go to each of them. Brave, for example, you have installation steps, etc. Let's move on and check another. Figma, yeah, also description, installation, etc. Telegram MCP if you would like to send messages. GCP to know documentation. It's a lot of MCPs, around 1,800. And I think next week it will be more. Okay, let's start from Figma. And first, let's talk about how to set up. We need to set up access token. Okay, for it, we go to Figma. I use desktop version, but you can use web version. And we need to go to account settings, to user settings, and see security tab. And in security tab, we need to generate token. Let's put some name. Yep, for us, it will be cursor plus MCP plus Figma, and then we need to set up flags. Here, all of them can be read-only. Yep, generate and copy. Then we will use this token in our purposes when we configure MCP for cursor. And one more thing, you should have pro license for Figma. It's available on free license. And yep, let's jump further and talk how we can install this MCP to our cursor. So for it, we need to go to our MCPs, search Figma. Okay, so here you can find description. Also, you can find installation steps, what we need to do, and link to official documentation. So let's go and let's see. And first of all, we can see that the name FrameLink Figma MCP server. Here you can see examples. You can see examples how to install it to macOS, to Windows, etc. Let's use config for macOS. Let's copy it and move to cursor. From cursor, I removed all MCP servers just for demonstration. Now we need to go cursor settings and tools and integration. For previous version, it's called MCPs. Yep, and just replace this. And here, when you see key, we need to use our access key. Yep, let's paste it. Yep, save, and let's see. So now we see that we have one more MCP. Let's restart it. So green light means that it worked well. And here you can see some method which Figma provides and their description. Okay, so now let's test it, how it works. And but first, let's see our application. Yeah, I prepare some simple application. It's just hello world without any functionality. It's written by Next.js. Yep, and we would like to implement something like this, but yeah, let's look on login page. Yep, and it's not too difficult, not complex, but we can see different elements. So first, let's use simple prompt. Yep, and for implementing this design. For this, we need to copy link, and use this link in our prompt. It's really simple prompt. We will see it a bit later. Let's run, and let's see that method get Figma data was called. Let's confirm. A bit speed up it, and also I had a demo records just due to uh, uh, some unstable answering sometimes. Yep, and now let's see. Yep, it looks good. It looks good. We have all sections. Yep, some designs it's not correct, but still we have icons. We doesn't have QR codes. We doesn't have main image. Yep, design looks a bit different, but it works. It works good. Yep, and some colors saved. And also one more thing, we used not just implement HTML markup, we also used material UI design. And due to this library, it's a bit different. Yeah, but it's work, and we spent not more than 5 minutes, and it was really simple, really stupid prompt. Sorry for my English. Yeah, and yep. Now let's see this prompt. It was just implement the Figma design as a page using Node.js and Mu library. Use React functional components. Use Mu components like box, grid, typography, button, etc. And use clean and readable code. And provide link for Figma. Nothing more. It's a really simple prompt because I use AI rules in my cursor. It's already defined behavior that he should work like a senior software engineer with a lot of experience in Next.js, with knowledge some best practices, etc., etc. Okay, so let's jump further and let's talk about a more advanced code and advanced prompt. Yeah, we use the same prototype, the same link. Yep, let's not choose context. Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, sometimes this cursor can ignore your asking about using Figma and check that cursor call get Figma data. If no, re-ask them about it and be aware that it's can be missed. Yep, and in this way, we ask cursor do it more professional, and we will see prompt later. Yep, and now cursor provide one by one. He asked about, okay, I generate top announcement bar component. We say, okay, confirm. He generated it, then main header, okay, confirm. And it goes step by step like real developer. Yeah, and we can see that we confirm, just confirm some changes, not add any new context, not do some changes by ourselves, just confirm everything that cursor provides, and we see that our component folder became bigger and bigger, and we see more and more components. So let's see result. It's also not so good, but so we see that cursor download icons. Yep. Also, we can see that fonts more suitable, and it looks maybe a bit better, but we can say that it's also not ideal. Yeah, but for example, for fonts and for emails, it's work like link, tell, and mail too. Yep, it's use placeholder for QR code at least. Yep, icons not working, but it submits some refreshment. And one more interesting thing, yeah, we can see switch language, English, and I don't know why Spain, but yeah, we have Spain. Okay, so now let's jump and see code, how it looks. We ask it cursor split code based on logical blocks like header, login form, main header, and you can see that he downloads some icons from open source resources. Yeah, for login form, let's see what we have. Yeah, we have some outdated documentation, but we can use some context 7, for example, for current moment. Yep, we can see that he not just make markup, he prepares some data, like for links he used array, and then we can see using map. It's quite smart, not just HTML and not just Markdown. The same for icons, and we can see that Cursor used library for icons, and he matched them with design. It looks great, and we shouldn't spend our time to find these icons in any libraries. Okay, and for languages, we can see using useState, and by default it's English. Yeah, we have method which can help us send language, and let's see how it's implemented. Here we can see menu items, and it's two option, English and Spain. Yep, and it works, and it looks great. Okay, so now let's see result. After a couple of iterations and suggestion from Cursor, I download image because sometimes it's not allowed. Sometimes it's work well, and for some cases we can solve it by using absolute path and relative path inside our application. But it really depends on how we configure our Figma, and if we have variables in the Figma, if we have assets in the Figma, it's work well. If no, yep, we need to download it by ourselves and provide it as Cursor suggests to us. Okay, so let's jump further. Yeah, here you can see advanced prompt. I don't know want to read all of them, but you can see that we provide as much as possible details. We provide design notes, we provide font and theme, some topics related images, some clarification about structure, and we provide what we output we are waiting from Cursor. Yep, and it's more complex than previous one. And now let's see differences. Yep, on the left side you can see simple prompt, and the top you can see advanced, and at the bottom Figma. Yep, it's not good in all options, but you can see that second option with advanced prompt suggests us to use some images, etc., not just make them broken. Also, this option find Google Play and App Store icons from open source resources, implemented language switcher, yep, and some other things. And for both of them, I spent maybe 30, maybe 1 hour, not 30 minutes or 1 hour, not more. And of course, I can't implement this for 30 minutes without Cursor and without Figma MCP. Okay, so now let's jump further and talk about context 7 MCP. And I need, I think, a bit speed up. And context 7 has over 23,000 libraries support. It's Next.js, it's some Prisma, Auth0, etc., a lot of libraries. And it's helped us to replace outdated training data with live documentation, and prevents requested APIs and deprecated examples like we saw on the previous example. So now let's discover context 7. It looks like a list of libraries. It's up-to-date libraries, and we can see that last update Next.js 6 days ago, and it's around 23,000, more than 23. Let's see how we can integrate it with our Cursor. So here you can see disadvantages and advantages of context 7. Yep, and as I said, it's really powerful tool. And here you can see installation for a lot of versions of tools. And we are interested in Cursor. Yeah, we can use this simple integration. Also, we can run it locally and work with our local documentation. Yeah, let's use just simple way and use a common library of documentations. Okay, then we go to settings and set up it as before with Figma MCP. And now let's see example how we implement Google login just in a couple of minutes. So we have our login page, but let's implement it together with Google. I provided some simple prompt. Please use, I have Google application and I have host 2.0. Yep, let's implement login with Google. Yep, and please suggest me some library, etc. And here we can see that cursor ask uh, function about related library ID, and we can see a lot of details which cursor getting from this API. And another method is get library docs. And here we can see how it will work. You provide context, provide all needed libraries, etc., and actions which we need to have to do. And here we have structured prompts, structured documentation with latest version. Yeah, and suggestion use next tools and some steps how we can implement it. Yep, how we configure it with GCP, what we need to do in our GCP console. Yep, what we need to add, and what variables should we use, etc., etc. Yep, and let's just maybe a bit speed up and confirm it. And let's say a bit speed up and move to our latest part due to we have not so much time, and it's generate our couple of components related aus. It's generated server aus TS, which described configuration of our next aus library. Yep, and let's see result how it looks. It looks really nice. And yeah, we have one more button, sign in with Google. It's similar, but a bit different. And yeah, when we log in, we can see that it's implemented and it's work well. Okay, so let's then compare. On the left side, I do it without context 7. And on the right side, with context 7. Here you can see speed around 20x. Yeah, at the end of this video, you can see result and you can see how many time I spent for it. For context 7, I spent around 5 minutes and it works well. For case without context 7, I spent more than 20 minutes and I have absolutely broken application. And it's not only not implement login, it's also broke my application several times. And I just try to reanimate it, copy paste error from console, copy paste error from browser. And when I see the result, my markup was broken, login button doesn't work, and application was ugly than before. Yep, it's amazing. It's more than in three time, and it was working result. So now I think time to finish my speech. I hope I finish in time, and thank you for your time and your curiosity. And let's build smarter, faster, and have fun to do it.
Yeah,
And
thank you, Ivan.
happy
And thank
coding, use AI, but don't forget your fundamentals.
Yeah, true. Thank you, Ivan. And guys, as you can see, Ivan provided really great comparison, right? Just the speed up, the mistakes that cursor make, and all other things. Nevertheless, I see that we do have a lot of comments, right? And rest assured, we will send all the prompts, all the slides, all other useful links to you so you can explore it. And also, I see a question which I'm going to answer real quick, whether we can use different MCP for different projects. Yes, we can. That's true. And quite a simple, stupid advice, let's say. If you use some MCP and it doesn't seem to work, just restart it. Simple rule of thumb. If something does not work, just click this toggler and eventually you will see the green stuff and everything will be fine. And of course, if
Yeah,
you think that
absolutely.
if you think that we missed some great MCP server, or if you're happy to share your setup or some useful MCP server, please drop a comment and then we'll be happy to explore it as well. And of course, the community will appreciate it as well. So, and as Ivan already mentioned, we're kind of squeezed in time. So thank you very much, Ivan, for your talk. Let's jump to another one. See you soon.